Ah, there you are, Hoth. You would not believe the time I had in there.
Alright.
But, yeah, alright. It's not much of a matter anyhow. Let's head back to Dawnstar. After all the thing about the Daedric Lord of Daedric Prince of Nightmares and other related subjects, I couldn't help but notice I'm quite sleepy myself. It's 6 in the morning and I have not slept a second in the night. A wolf. I don't want to use the bow, but I guess I can, since it's in my hand right now. I took the red thing, yes? Yes. And that's where my horse is. So back to what I was doing. Returning to Dawnstar to have a good night's sleep. In the middle of the day. Because why not? And then head on out towards Winterhold. That's what I believe was the plan anyways. Nope, this is the inn. Ain't much reason to stay here otherwise. Other than those cultists. No, they were at... Yes, they were at Windhelm, so... No reason to stay here indeed.
Take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
So, Thorin?
My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room? Drink?
Drink? Yes, that's one thing.
Of course.
And now that that's finished, a room as well would be nice.
It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Find this stupid ring. I'll tell you about it sometime.
This room, huh?
Travels the land, fight orcs and owls.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I shall. Now that there's a book there, just before I go to bed, I remembered I had something I had been planning to read for the longest time. I've heard recommendations of it being quite a good play. A Hypothetical Treachery, a one-act play by Amphil Morvir. Dramatis Personae, Malvasian, a High Elf Battle Mage, Inzalia, Dark Elf Battle Mage, Dolcetus, a Cyrodiil Healer, Shiavas, an Argonian Barbarian, a Ghost, and some bandits. Scene, Eldenwood. As the curtain rises, we see the misty labyrinthian landscape of the legendary Elder Grove of Valenwood. Ooh. Not the labyrinthian here in Skyrim, huh? All around we have wolves howling, a bloodied reptilian figure, that being the Argonian barbarian Shiavas, breaks through the branches of one of the trees and surveys the area. It's clear, Shiavas says. Inzalia, beautiful dark elf mage, climbs down from the tree, helped by the barbarian. There's the sound of footsteps nearby. Shiavas readies his sword and Inzalia prepares to cast a spell. Nothing comes out. You are bleeding. You should have Dolcetus heal that for you. He is still drained from all the spells he had to cast down the caves. I'm fine. If we get out of this and no one needs it more, I'll take the last potion of healing. Where's Malvasian? Malvasian, a high elf battle mage, and Dolcetus, a Cyrodiil healer, emerge from the tree, carrying a heavy chest between the two of them. They awkwardly try to get down from the tree, carrying their loot. Here I am, though I am carrying the heavy load is beyond me. I always thought that the advantage of dungeon delving with a great barbarian was that he carried all the loot. If I carried that, my hands would be too full to fight. And tell me if I'm wrong, but not one of the three of you has enough magic Arissa to make it out of here alive. Not after you electrified and blasted all those homunculuses down below ground. Homunculi? Don't worry, I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. What's that? Kill you all and take the ebony mail for myself. Admit it, you thought I had that in mind. What a perfectly horrible thought. I never thought anyone, no matter how vile and degenerate. Why not? He needs porters, like I said. He can't carry the chest and fight the inhabitants Elnegro both. By Stenda, of all the mean conniving typically Argonian. And why do you need me alive? I don't necessarily, except that you're prettier than the other two, for a smooth skin that is. And if something comes after us, it might go for you first. There's a noise in some bushes nearby. Go check that out. It's probably a wolf. These woods are filled with them. You check it out. You have a choice, Insolia. Go and you might live. Stay here and you definitely won't. Insolia considers and then goes to the bushes. Shiavas to Malvesian and Dulcetus. The king of Sylvena will pay good money for the mail, and we can divide it more nicely between 3 than 4. You are so right. Insolia suddenly levitates up to the top of the stage. A semi-transparent ghost appears from the bush and rushes at the next person, who happens to be Shiavas. As the barbarian screams and thrashes at it with his sword, it levels blasts of whirling gas at him. He crumbles to the ground. It turns next to Dulcetus, the healer, and as the ghost focuses its feasting chill on the hapless Dulcetus, Malvesian casts a ball of flame at it that causes it to vaporize in the misty air. Insolia floats back down to the ground as Malvesian examines the bodies of Dulcetus and Shiavas, who are both white-faced from the draining power of the ghost. You had some magical reserve after all. So did you. Are they dead? Malvesian takes the potion of healing from Dulcetus' back. Yes. Fortunately, the potion of healing wasn't broken when he fell. Well, I guess this leaves just the 2 of us to collect the reward. We can't get out of this place without each other, like it or not. The 2 battle mages pick up the chest and begin plodding carefully through the undergrowth, pausing from time to time at the sound of footsteps or other eerie noises. Let me make sure I understand. You have a little bit of magica left, so you elected to use it to make Shiavas the ghost's target, forcing me to use most of my limited reserve to destroy the creature, so I wouldn't be any more powerful than you. That's first-rate thinking. Thank you. It's only logical. Do you have enough power to cast any other spells? Naturally. An experienced battle mage always knows a few minor but highly effective spells for just such a trial. I think you, too, have a few tricks up your sleeve. Of course, like you said. They pause for a moment before continuing as a fearful wail pierces the air. When it dies away, they slowly trudge on. Just as an intellectual exercise, I wonder what spell you would cast at me if we made it out of here without any more combat. I hope you are not implying that I would dream of killing you, so I would keep out the treasure all to myself. Of course not, nor would I do that to you. It is merely an intellectual exercise. Well, in that case, purely as an intellectual exercise, I would probably cast a leech spell on you to take away your life force and heal myself. After all, there are brigands on the road between here and Sylvena, and a wounded battle mage with a valuable artifact would make a tempting target. I'd hate to survive Elden Grove merely to die in the open. That's a well-reasoned response. As for myself, again, not saying that I would ever do this, but think as simple, certain electrical bolt would serve my purposes admirably. I agree about the danger of brigands, but don't forget, we also have a potion of healing. I could easily slay you and heal myself to full capacity. Very true. It would end up a question then of whose spell was more effective at that instant. If our spells counteracted one another and I leech your life energy only to be crippled by a lightning bolt, then we could both be killed. Or so near death that a mere potion of healing would scarcely help either one of us, let alone both. How ironic it would be if 2 scheming battle mages, not saying we are scheming, but for the purpose of this intellectual exercise, were left on the brink of death, completely drained of magica, with 1 healing potion to choose from. Who would get it then? Logically, whoever drank it first, which in this case would be you, since you are holding it. Now, what if one of us were injured but not killed? Logic would dictate that the scheming battle mage would take the potion, leaving the injured party to the mercy of the elements, I suppose. That does seem most sensible, but suppose that the battle mages, while certainly scheming types, had a certain respect for one another. Perhaps in that case the victorious one might, for instance, put a potion up a tree near his or her gravely wounded victim. Then when the wounded party had enough magic replenished, he or she would be able to levitate to the tree branches and recover the potion. By that time the victorious battle mage would have already collected the reward. They pause for a moment at the sound of something in the bushes nearby. Carefully they climb across the branches of a tree to bypass it. I understand what you are saying, but it seems out of character for a hypothetic scheming battle mage to allow his or her victim to live. Perhaps. But it's been my observation that most scheming battle mages enjoy the feeling of having bested someone in combat and having that person alive to live with the humiliation. These hypothetical scheming battle mages sound... Daylight! Do you see it? The two scurry across the branch, dropping behind a bush, so we can no longer see them. We can, however, see the shimmering halo of sunlight. We made it. Indeed. There is a sudden explosion of electrical energy and a wild howling aura of red light, and then silence. After a few moments' pause, we have someone climbing up the tree. It is Malvasion, putting the potion high up in the bow. He chuckles as he climbs back down and the curtain drops. Epilogue. The curtain rises on a road to Sylvana. A gang of bandits have surrounded Malvasion, who is propped up on his staff, barely able to stand. They pull his chest away from him with ease. Well, we got ya! Don't you know it ain't safe to be out on the road all sick like you are? Why don't you help with your load? Please, let me be. Go on, spellcaster, fight us for it! I can't. Too weak. Suddenly, Insolia flies in, casting lightning bolts from her fingers at the bandits, who quickly scramble away. She lands on the ground and picks up the chest. Malvasion collapses, dying. Hypothetically, what if? A battle mage cast a spell on another which didn't harm him at once, but drained his life force and his magicka bit by bit, so I wouldn't know at the time, but feel confident enough to leave the potion of healing behind. A most treacherous battle mage she'd be. And, hypothetically, would she be likely to help her fallen foe, so that she could enjoy the humiliation of him continuing to live? From my experience, hypothetically, no. She doesn't sound like a fool. As Insolia lugs the chest off towards Sylvana and Malvasion expires on the stage, we drop the curtain. Up, up.
This one's a favorite of
I liked it. Was good. As good a bedtime story as any. Now to rest.
a legend we all know and love.
Nearly 4 in the evening. Well, let's see here. This is something I needed. As was... I'll be purchasing some food from here, actually.
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
Please, I would like to have that leg o' goat roast and salmon steak. Let's see, so if I take the entire leg o' goat... No, not enough. Well, a sweet roll on top. A cheese wedge? Well, that did it.
With the voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, believe the dragonborn comes.
Surely enough. Now let's get back onto the road, shall we? So... recruits! Recruits! Of course, recruits! How could I be this dim with it?
Take a seat and get the coal down.
Excuse me, are you here for the job in Helgen? You look like the part.
Yes, we had about given up on you, but I'm glad you came.
What are your qualifications?
The Dominion killed our mother and father during the war in Hammerfell. Sorian and I were just children then.
Oh.
When they invaded, we had to run and hide in the fields to escape. After that, our older brother taught us to fight and survive off the land. So you might say we developed a certain skill set over the years. Make no mistake, we will make excellent guards for your town. Both of us are equally skilled in a blade and bow.
I see, I see. Well, well. Other Dominion haters. Make to Helgen on your own, and you'll be in.
Oh, like a test. And if we make it there, we pass. Very clever.
Everyone has said that to me by this point. Do you have some unspoken agreement? Or a spoken agreement to do so? Oh well. Now to the work.
I work for the Wing Deep Inn. We should head on inside.
So let's see here. We have a road that will eventually, I hope, take us to Winterhold, though we could take the road south and head on to Windhelm. Which would mean that we are not going to be killing the Ice Wraith yet, but I think it's the safer option, to be completely honest. Let's go with that. Just to be sure. We do have firewood for the fire, yes. Would be a royal shame to leave a town and then freeze to death on the road away. That it would indeed be. But the road has its own difficulties. Is that what That's what I just thought I heard. A unusual encounter, I'll have to say. I had not planned on encountering a dragon, or at least one that would fly directly at me. The ground's quite open here, which is a detriment. But I've got the distance for myself, so that's possibly good. And now with the wolf gun I should be able to handle the situation. That far away it should not be able to reach me. Though my shots will have a lesser chance of hitting just as well. Let's prepare a shout that might save my sorry behind if it came to that. Well, I reacted slow, but on the other hand, I did not perish thanks to poor aim on the dragon's part. I should not count on that, should I? Getting closer to defeating them. One more. There we go. I'm becoming quite the dragon slayer, am I not? Gone are the days when I was in Helgen running away. And gone are the days at the Western Watchtower, when I stood inside a building like a coward. Though much of it can this time be placed on the dragon's poor tactics. I've seen better. Of perception. Interesting. Ah, Hoff.
I don't know.
What a fortunate time.
Right.
Please take these things off my hands.
Alright.
And there you are. You chose a good direction to run to, horse, didn't you? So let's see here. The helm. The circlets. Anything else I should... I don't think... Belts, yeah, belts. Anything specific I picked up from the dungeon? I don't think so.
Just tell you.
Well,
Second.
That's it then. Moving on. But indeed, it was quite unexpected to have a dragon so spontaneously land that near. Probably a young dragon, though they are supposedly quite ancient. But young on their scale, and arrogant, foolish as a result. Seems like arrogance goes hand in hand with just how... Yeah, the young dragons are arrogant because they do not have the experience to tell that just how stupid they are currently being. And the older dragons, well, they are arrogant because they have the experience that they assume to be superior. What am I being attacked by?
Oh, who's there?
A spider. Ah, that's that spider. Could have stayed alive just fine, but at the point you start spitting poison at me, I just have to retaliate. Wanderers rules. Let them be unless they start using weapons against you, at which point start using weapons against them. Fort Dunstad, I've been here before. No, it's just a Khajiit caravan going through. I don't need to pay any mind to that. I was already wondering if someone had re-inhabited it, but no, with the tail being there, it was obvious that it was a caravan. Since Argonians ain't out here in the cold, are elsewhere but the harbors of Windhelm. Ow. That sure got me. More spiders. Alright, that's already unfortunately many. Let's do something about that. The poison they are spreading does not do anything good to my... Oh dear, I'm dying at an alarming rate. I had not planned to die to a group of frostbite spiders, that's for sure. So I best have something here that I can use to not die. Well, that poison's stopping my stamina from regenerating, that's for sure. But now it's getting better. And there we go, not even close. Except way too close. Am I hearing wolves now? Are we having more of this, huh?
Most orcs are dumb as a bag of rocks.
No more of this? Good for you. Now, where's the horse? There you are. Let's get back on the road, Hoth. After that unfortunate incident. And now it's the point where it starts kicking me back in the head that I had a full quotation marks night's sleep, close quotation marks, in the middle of the day, so it's getting late to be out here. And at night, gold gets to be an enemy. I'm assuming I'm not even close. No, but the Night Gate Inn is nearby, which I should be able to use to warm up and continue on my travel. Or I could technically try and fix my sleeping schedule now that I'm here. That sounds like a good idea. Back to moving in daytime. That'll probably be in my best interest. Since, well, it's only close to 8 in the evening. Yet
Come on in. Let me know if you need any.
the moon's glow's not
Need a room?
quite
Or maybe just
enough.
some meat. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
So where will I be
Anything you
staying
need,
tonight?
Just holler.
This room, huh?
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yeah, there probably will be. What do you have for sale?
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
I'll have this one, and this one, and this one. Probably a bit of bread too. So if I would be looking for work nearby, do you have any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
So bounty of a dragon. Yes. Power of Skull to all able-bodied and fearless men and women of the Pale. The dragon located in SharePoint has been carrying off livestock and terrorizing citizens visitors. Handsome reward will be offered to anyone who kills it. Somebody. Can't quite make it out from between those
Anything you need,
creases.
just holler.
So where is this SharePoint? There we go, and that. Due south from here. No reason not to try. Though overconfidence will be the death of me one day. I've run from a dragon before, I can run from a dragon again. Best just prepare adequately in case I actually end up fighting it to the end of it. So let's see here. A fair breakfast and enough drink. And it's time for us to move out. So let's see. Torches.
Need a ride?
No, I want you to let my horse go. SharePoint due south.
You know how to confuse a city guard.
Possibly over there.
Showing the scimitar. They'll go on for days about curved swords.
Let's hope it's not some big, mean dragon. Though that would serve well to put me back on my rightful place. What's there, I wonder? Ah, a giant camp. They probably won't take too kindly to visit us, will they? Best we skirt around it. Have you ever wondered how the giants can be just fine without wearing little to no clothing in an environment as hostile as this? Because I sure cannot. Ah, there should be a way if I head in the direct opposite from here. What was that? Sounds like something angry. Best we not bother them. If a giant's angry at something, it's either us or something very much more dangerous than us. So it's for the better that we head away. For the time being, at least. Now, was this the direction I was supposed to be taking? This looks like a Dwemer ruin to me.
Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Oh, bandits. I had already hoped there would be an expedition here, but no such luck. I heard an arrow.
Hello?
No, where did it come from? Ouch. Ah, there you be. Cannot see. Ah, fell down. I don't think this is the correct way, Hoff. I don't.
That all you got?
Though it's always a possibility.
Hit like an old
Alright. Shields up.
No one bests an orc.
So you say.
That's it? That's all you got?
No, not quite all I've got. A silver hand.
Puny weak. No, it's you who picked the wrong day to be alive.
So you are shooting at me, are you? Stop it. It is most impolite. And you want to fight, don't ya? Well, if you choose to do so, let me provide.
I cannot best you.
That you cannot. I gave you the chance to not fight me after that one miss blow, but you chose to continue on. You and your crossbow.
This just isn't your day, is it?
I prefer the old-fashioned way. Though it does seem to be earning me quite a beating right about now. Let's see if I cannot bother you with something else. cannot cast it right now, and I would rather not be jumping. Ah, there we go. I did the jump in the end after all. Oh well. Are we done here? Well, since we did all this, we might as well go through what there is here to be found and see if we cannot make our way forward through here. And not walk into bird traps while in the process, that would be most unfortunate. So you were the local chief. I think I had you. Though you fell down, so the duel was sort of interrupted. You cannot have them all. Cannot have them all seen to the end. It's a chaos, the battlefield. That much I have learned in my time here. And in the end, the tranquility of it, it's time to leave my respect to those who fought valiantly and whose lives were not filled with day traverse shipping. That's where I draw the line, but someone else might draw the line somewhere else. Though others show their respect in different ways. I've heard some people eat the corpses of those. Oh no. That was not what I was wanting you to do at all. But so there's more here, is there?
Not so fast.
Well, you handle them amicably. A flawless gun, blah blah blah. Things, small things. Ah, that's the main gate, is it not? I would suppose this opens the way. It indeed does. So there were 2 souls in the camp. Let's not forget them as we go. There. Yet now, what is there? We could and possibly should head on higher up. Since it was a way up that we were looking for here in the first place. But unfortunately it is looking like this is not the way to reach SharePoint. Too bad. On the other hand, that means I don't need to bring my horse up these steps, and that's probably for the better. No use for a bottle of poison. A glass scimitar. Looks valuable, but I'm not sure I can carry it. Orcish arrows, though, they are not too heavy. So this leads all the way to absolutely nowhere. Whereas here we have a ton of walls. Yes, Hoff, we have cleared this little bandit hideout out, for as far as I can tell. And quite unfortunately, it does seem like we found absolutely nothing. No way up. That's going to be a disappointment that it is. Well, nothing else. We have a good view here when we stop for a rest, if we so desire. Though they already have a fire set up here, so there's some meat here as well as a cooking spit. Let's see if I cannot make something out of what I have on my horse. Give me some of the bear meat, some of the venison. It's the same, take it all. And then let's slowly hobble back to the spit. Right. I can make pheasant roast. I can roast bear meat. Can make rabbit haunches and venison chops. So let's start with the bear meat, shall we? And then pheasant roast. And might as well make the rest rabbit haunches. And potions minor healing are pretty much outdated by now, so let's mix together a bit of these. Potions minor magic are outdated as well. Bit of mixing here, as well as potions of minor stamina. There we go. And now it's time to head on back to the horse and hand back what we could not cook or what we want them to keep for us anyhow. We have no need for that much roasted bear meat, no need for any of those. Not really those either. None of that, and I think that should be quite enough. But really, is this all there is to this place? Coin purse, a few potions. Just went through my potions, but well, I should probably have a bit of those minor ones in there for good measure. Now does this take me anywhere? The Silverhand Elite down here. Oh wait, this is that spot. Did I just give you a spare or... Yeah, I gave you a spare, no need to give it that many. Well, that's pretty much it. Not a way to SharePoint, I'm afraid. Now let's see how good we get there. Probably through that side. It's a long way off the route we were supposed to be taking, but we cannot leave the dragon to harass people and eat their livestock. So let's get on with it, I presume. What is it now?
Hello? There.
Ice wolves, a pair of. Ice wolves taken care of. Back onto the road. I mean, really, these wolves after me, this is getting quite comical at this point. Don't you think? What would be the best choice of a route here? Sharp left. Bypass the camp, look for a route up the mountain afterwards. That's a possible route, but as I said, I'm not too keen on prancing into a... Oh, for the love of...
Damn it. Is that all you got? I'll get you like
Why? Why is this day being such a... Ah, there you are. A good hidey hole you had chosen for yourself. Now let's see if we cannot make it to SharePoint. This looks like a nice little uphill that I can use, and hold on up for just a second. Where on earth did that arrow go off to? That made absolutely no sense to anyone. I should never try to shoot from horseback ever again. Alright, alright. Alright. And before you get on with it, since I'm sure even though you got your prize, you would have just come after me afterwards. That's what the wolves always do. What is it with me and the wolves? Or, never leave a useful vein behind. It's not useful, it's gold. Nothing good comes out of gold. Well, except money, and I cannot mint money, so not interested. And this should be the SharePoint we talked about. What just happened?